Here I am, Brandon Walker, more Cowbell, Mississippi State podcast presented by SEC Country, coming to you from not the SEC Country Studios. No, I'm coming to you from heaven. That's where I am. I actually died over the weekend, and I am now in Brandon Walker heaven. It is the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge in Point City, West Point, Mississippi. I got a studio audience. Can I get a clap from the studio? Thank you very much. Studio audience, good morning, Steve C. Welcome home, says Grace Thacker Good. Ding, ding, Hail State. So here we are in the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge at the Smokestack in West Point, Mississippi on Main Street. I told you it's real. It's a real place. It exists. And here we are on SEC Country. More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast. Jonathan Simmons says Hail State from Omaha, Nebraska. Apparently, that's where the College World Series is. Because if you got a lot of money, that's where you are right now. Me, I'm in the back of a cigar store in West Point, Mississippi. Hail State from Mendenhall, Lance Chain. Kenny Manning says, good. Hello. Glad you're back in God's country, says Stephen Turner. Welcome to Mississippi. Good morning from Summerall. Betty Anderson. Jane Lewis says, glad you're back in Mississippi. Hail State from Meridian, Stacy Barr. So here we are. Here we are in the wake of another Mississippi State walk-off win. These guys did it again. They continue to do it. They continue to surprise people. They continue to show you what champions are. It's amazing. It's incredible. It's been one of the greatest runs I can ever remember in Mississippi State history. Willie Harris says, can I come by? Yeah, come on. I'm only going to be here for about 30 to 45 more minutes, but I'll also be here tomorrow if you'd like to be here. Hail freaking State. Love the casual BW, says Jarrah Williams Akins. Nothing casual about this. I'm just living my life, Jarrah. I'm just living my life. Kelly Dye Carter says Hail State from Hattiesburg. So, yeah, here we are, Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge. We're in Mississippi for a couple of days trying to get some money out here. So if you're in Mississippi and you got money, can I have it, please? I would like it. Please give it to me. Hail State, hashtag Hail State Shannon Davis. Do you like the Point City traffic or the Atlanta traffic better? I drove somewhere today, and it took me 3 minutes, and it was the best thing I've ever done in my life. Love the shirt. Thank you. This is the Rally Banana shirt that you can get at Maroon & Company, maroonandco.com. At Maroon & Co. on Twitter and Facebook, or not Facebook, Instagram. The Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge. Thank you, Joseph Pollard. I'm coming to see you this afternoon. Good, sir. Just ordered my Rally Banana shirt today. Eric Lee. Fantastic. Deep Run, North Carolina. That's where Billy Tripp is. Trippy, maybe. Deep Run, North Carolina. Well, hopefully that's what happens this afternoon. Mississippi State makes a deep run on North Carolina. Glad you're back in Mississippi. Hail State. Jesse Wall. Thank you very much. Hail State from St. Amant, Louisiana. Go Dogs from Asheville, North Carolina, Barry Moore. So, on today's show, we're going to talk about Saturday night. Mississippi State plays Washington. Thrilling, exciting. I messed up my sleep schedule for the entire week. Didn't fall asleep till 3 o'clock Sunday morning because this team, they can't do anything easy. They can't do anything that is not incredibly exciting. But that's why this is one of my favorite teams in the history of this great school, Mississippi State University. I love this team. I love this school. I love everything about this run. We'll also talk about North Carolina, Mississippi State, North Carolina tonight in Omaha as the Bulldogs look to take control of this side of the bracket. It's very, very possible. Mississippi State against North Carolina tonight. We'll look forward to that. This Matt Lee story, y'all. Matt Lee and his dad, I can't get enough of it. Father's Day yesterday, I cry like a little child when I see this Matt Lee story with his dad with Alzheimer's and stuff. It's just an incredible, incredible story. I want to talk about that a little bit today. We'll also have a show update. And, hey, I got a miniature 2-minute drill at the end of the show. We had some Skype issues. We had some technological issues that I had to fight through. But we are I don't know if we'll have a 2-minute drill or not, unless you guys can come up with random questions in the room here. I don't know. You want to do it? You want to come up with 4 random questions? Can you get Matt on the show? I assume you're talking about Matt Wyatt, the unfortunately bald former quarterback for Mississippi State. It's very possible. I'd love to get Matt on the show. I've had him on the show before. I love Matt Wyatt, and I'm a big fan of his. As you can see, I got Jack Crystal picture up here, Jackie Sherrill. I got this, which might be my favorite picture in the history of Mississippi State sports. It's just a great atmosphere here in the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge. I'll probably do it in a different corner tomorrow so you can see where we're at. Hail State from Louisville, Kentucky. Chris Crawford. Ken Trump says Hail State from Seminole, Alabama. Brett Holloway is in Destin because Brett Holloway has more money than I got. I used to live in Destin. I loved it. Loved it. Hail State, as I take my self-imposed daily break at work. Keon DeWan Nettles. Sandra Sarich. Hail State from Monticello, Mississippi. In Omaha, enjoying every moment. Big game tonight, says Jeff Peaster. Congratulations, Jeff, for being there. Hail State from Houston, Texas, John Holiday. And Adrian D. Brown says, thanks for doing a show from the Smoking Lounge. I had to do it. I'm in West Point. I'm in Starkville trying to get this money, trying to get some sponsors for the new show, trying to align myself. Landshark, if you can hear me. I want to go through my stuff real quick before we start the show, if it's at all possible. Facebook.com/The More Cowbell Show. Facebook.com/The More Cowbell Show. That is where we are going to be very soon. As our time in SEC country winds to a close, we are going to do that very, very soon. Facebook.com/The More Cowbell Show. That is the new launching point for my show, for everything that we do here at More Cowbell. Patreon.com. I need some help. I need some financial help as I try to get this thing off the ground. If you'd like to make a monthly donation, it can be $5, it can be $1, whatever you want it to be. I'm going to have some Patreon-only content, including some 2-3-hour podcasts that I think you'll like very, very much, that it will be just for Patreon people. Now, morecowbellshow@gmail.com. morecowbellshow@gmail.com. Please, if you want to email me, if you want to donate, if you want to tell me I'm stupid, if you want to burn down the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge, whatever, you can hit me up, morecowbellshow@gmail.com. Now, today, we are going to, Wayne Randall wants to know where to send contributions. Email me at morecowbellshow@gmail.com, and I'll let you know. I'll give you an address. So, Michael Shalaba says, Hail State from the SEC Country Studios. Hey, y'all. Y'all want to get yourself on camera? You feel free to do that. I don't care. Hail State from Oklahoma, Adam Ingram. George Stallings from Brandon, Mississippi. Hello, George Stallings. Let me get some sweet tea, and then we'll get started. Grace Thacker Good says, I donated through PayPal. You did, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Grace. All right, Terp, I'm ready to roll. We're going to talk about Mississippi State against Washington. We'll talk about this Matt Lee story, which I think is amazing. We'll talk about tonight against North Carolina. I might make a couple of jokes about Ole Miss because I'm Brandon Walker. What else would I do? I mean, my God. And then we'll hopefully have a 2-minute drill at the end of the show. Now, Terp, let's go. He's not going to be able to, oh, hey, guys. Hang on. He's not going to be able to play the music, so I'm just supposed to pause, so he'll put the music in later. So we're going to pause on 3. 1, 2, 3. More Cowbell. You are listening to More Cowbell. I'm Brandon Walker, the Mississippi State podcast here on SEC Country. It's a road game for More Cowbell. We are not in the SEC Country studios with Terp and Landshark, who look ridiculous today. We are instead at the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge in beautiful Point City, Mississippi. The smokestack is on Main Street in West Point, Mississippi. I'll be here today at 10:45. I'll be here tomorrow, 10:45 in the morning to record this show. We are definitely having a road game in the beautiful environment. Look around me. Look how beautiful this is. Look how awesome this is. We are in the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge at the smokestack in West Point. I am wearing, of course, my beautiful Rally Banana shirt that I got from Maroon & Company. I think they made their last order. If you want one, go to maroonandco.com right now. Order it. You'll get it by the time our next game is Thursday or Friday. Please go ahead and do that at Maroon & Co. on Twitter, at Maroon & Co. on Instagram. They are the best Mississippi State apparel site. I love them. I'm going to see them tomorrow. Might even do a little bit of business over there from Maroon & Company tomorrow. Now, the Smoking Lounge is beautiful. It's set up. Let's go. Mississippi State beats Washington. This baseball team is amazing. This baseball team is something out of a storybook. You could not have written this. If you wanted to write a piece of fiction about a college baseball team, you would be stupid to write this script. But here it is. Here it is in real life. Mississippi State beats Washington 1-0 on another walk-off. We'll get to that in a second. Matt Lee and his dad, I want to talk about that because Matt Lee is a State fan who kind of went viral last week when he tweeted out a video of himself going and picking up his dad who has Alzheimer's to take him to the College World Series. It's a story, forget about the silly banana, which is great. I love it. Everybody is having fun with the banana. But I think Matt Lee and his dad are really the story of this run off the field. And I want to talk about them for a second in a little bit. Mississippi State against North Carolina tonight. What can you say? What can you say? We'll talk about that and hopefully a 2-minute drill at the end of the show. Might not have it. We'll see. But let's go ahead and get to the top. Mississippi State 1, Washington 0. I don't know. I give up. I don't know what you say about this team. I don't know what possibly could be written that hasn't already been written. This team just has guts, courage, championship medal. I mean, I'm trying. I know I'm in a road game, and I know what I want to say. I know what I want to tell you this team has, but I don't think that's very professional. But they got them. I promise you, they've got them. Mississippi State in a scoreless game with Washington to the bottom of the ninth, and you just knew if we could get to the bottom of the ninth, if Mississippi State could get to that situation where they could walk it off, it was over. It was going to get walked off. Didn't matter if it was Elijah McNamee or Jake Mangum or anybody. In this case, it was Luke Alexander, his third walk-off of the season. He comes up to bat, and then this happens.
And the pitch. And there's a ball driven into right field. Right fielder retreating on the run. It's over his head. It goes to the wall. Stovall's around third. Here comes a throw. It's not in time. A walk-off opposite field. Extra base hit for the Bulldogs. Luke Alexander.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Another walk-off, another big-time play, just another chapter in the history of Mississippi State baseball that is being written by a team that was written off a couple of weeks ago. I wrote them off. You wrote them off. Everybody wrote them off. And here they are writing more history in the Mississippi State history books. It's incredible. I don't know what to say about this team. You know, you continue to see it. It continues to unfold in front of your very eyes, but it remains unbelievable. But it is quite real. It is happening. Mississippi State in the winner's bracket. Listen, credit to Washington. They had an ace. They had an ace. He was very good. Jake Demers, so I don't remember his first name, but Demers was his name. He pitched to contact. It was very frustrating. Mississippi State hit the ball all night. They put themselves in position to score a run, never quite did it. But then Luke Alexander. And Luke Alexander, who some State fans want to deride, and some State fans want to say he's this or he's that. Well, you know what he is? He's clutch. He's a champion. He's somebody who's got 3 walk-offs now. Beat Ole Miss twice on a walk-off. Now wins a College World Series in a walk-off. If you spend your time deriding Luke Alexander or knocking out Luke Alexander or putting him down, you need to really evaluate your life, because this guy is somebody who's come through time and again for Mississippi State. Now, I'm going to get the question on this show. I always get the question on the show. It's an interesting question. It's an understandable question. Mississippi State is in the middle of an incredible run, but they also have a vacancy at head coach coming up very soon. So just the other night when I'm on my Facebook Live and I'm talking about this, somebody says, hey, the camera's way too close. Excuse me, I'll back up. Hey, what about Gary Henderson? Is he the coach now? Should he be offered the coach? I hope they don't offer Gary Henderson the coaching job. Here's what I want to say about that. There will be a time, there will come a time very, very soon where it's time to worry about who the head coach of Mississippi State baseball is. There will come a time, might be next week, might be next month, I don't know. There will come a time where it's time to sit down and figure out the future of this program. Right now, we are in the middle of one of the most incredible runs, not just in Mississippi State baseball history, but in Mississippi State school history. We got 3 games left, 4 games left. We could potentially be playing for a national title. Let's enjoy the hell out of that, and we'll worry about the Henderson question very, very soon. Personally, if the man wins it, he's the coach. He's the coach. And I know some people don't want to hear that, but Ron Polk never won it all. John Cohen never won it all. If Gary Henderson won it all, he's the coach. But let's just put that question aside and enjoy this run right now. Let's enjoy what this team is doing. Talking about Henderson and talking about Tim Corbin, talking about any other guys, takes away from Jake Mangum. It takes away from Elijah McNamee. It takes away from these incredible players and what they're doing. And what they're doing is amazing. Let's have fun. Can we do that? We're in the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge. How could you not have fun in the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge? I'm about to play video games in a second. Now, whew, that game the other night was heart-stopping. It was thrilling. I don't really think this team knows any other way to win. This team has won in thrilling fashion every single time. When the chips are down, you can't bet against this team. And let's just enjoy the rest of the ride. And right now on Facebook Live, everybody's saying, I think Henderson has earned it. You might be right. I think, I don't think Henderson has earned it. You might be right. I don't know. let's beat North Carolina. Let's do that. Let's beat North Carolina, and then let's all collectively worry about Gary Henderson later. Let's enjoy possibly winning a national title first, because that sounds fun. Yes, everybody? Okay, good. Now, Matt Lee. Matt Lee, I did not know who this human being, I didn't know he existed 7 days ago. I think last Thursday he tweeted out a video of himself going to his dad's house and inviting his dad, giving him a ticket to Omaha, and surprising his dad, who has Alzheimer's, and saying, we're going to Omaha. And it went viral. That video is everywhere now, not just in Mississippi State circles, but nationally. And Saturday night during the 8th inning, they interviewed Matt Lee and his dad at this event at the College World Series. I don't want to get choked up here, but we talk about the Bananas. I'm wearing a Rally Banana shirt, and this team is fun. Everything is fun. But this Matt Lee story and his dad is one of my favorite stories that has happened off the field at Mississippi State in a long, long time. It's about, a son who has the chance to make some lasting memories with his dad. His dad with Alzheimer's doesn't know how much time he's got left, doesn't know how much time he's got to make memories left. And it's a special bond to be able to go up to Omaha and enjoy Mississippi State baseball, because that's what baseball does, right? It brings dads and sons together. And Matt Lee being able to go up there with his dad, and the way we won the game, and the images of those two celebrating, and those two hugging, and those two high-fiving State fans. This is my favorite story that's come out off the field at Mississippi State in years. Bananas, they're fun, they're great, they make good T-shirts, but Matt Lee, kudos to you for allowing us to come along on this ride and allowing us to watch this moment with your dad. We know how special it is for you, and it is special for us to watch. I have just been taken in. Heather Hollis-Reese says this Matt Lee story is what it's all about. That's exactly right. Sports, we get too excited about it. We get too fired up about it. We get too mad about it. We cuss too much about it. We wager too much money about it. But at the end of the day, it's about guys like Matt Lee connecting with his dad and making memories. That's what it's all about. Now, tonight, Mississippi State plays North Carolina. North Carolina, the number 6 national seed. North Carolina won the ACC 22-8. They shared it with co-champ Clemson. They are a good team. But at this point, here is my statement about North Carolina. I don't care. I don't care who's in the other dugout anymore. With this team, with Jake Mangum and Elijah McNamee, and the way they win games at the end, the way they won't quit, the way they can get down to the final strike and still fight back, the way they can do all this, I don't care who's in the other dugout anymore. It's not about North Carolina. It's not about Florida. It's not about Florida State. It's not about Washington. It's about Mississippi State and this momentum they've got. It's about Mississippi State and their will to win. As long as Mississippi State keeps their momentum, continues to play loose, continues to play good, sound, fundamental baseball, can they beat North Carolina? 100% yes, absolutely. Can they beat Oregon State? 100% yes, absolutely. They can beat anybody left in this thing as long as they continue to play like they are. Now, North Carolina, I hear people say, well, they went through all their pitching the other day. Kind of, sort of. They still have their guy who started the Super Regional Game 2 for them, who started their, the game that clinched Omaha for them. They've got that guy. I assume he'll start tonight, Caden something. When did we start naming all boys Caden and Aiden and Jaden? When did that happen? Very good question. But Caden something or other is probably going to start tonight. Whatever. Okay. They didn't have a pitcher pitch more than 30 pitches the other night. I think they'll have, if not a full boat, they'll have close to a full boat. Now, the bigger story is Mississippi State has a definite full boat. They got Connor Pilkington, a third-round pick, an ace who hasn't been an ace lately, but what better opportunity to have than in Omaha, Nebraska, with your team with a chance to go to the winner's bracket, a chance to take control of this whole thing for a third-round pick for an ace to have this opportunity. It's great. It's fantastic. I'm very excited. Somebody says, Jay Hammer says, I just hope somebody takes out Arkansas. They look like the class of that other group. Florida going down last night, very, very interesting. Although I wouldn't count out Florida in that bracket. But again, I think it's about Mississippi State right now. And this tonight, one of the biggest games we've played in the last, I guess ever. One of the biggest games ever at Mississippi State University. It feels like 5 years ago when this team is just made up of stronger stuff than every other team. It definitely feels like that, but we'll see. Now, show update. I am on the road today. I am in Starkville, Mississippi. Well, actually, right now I'm in West Point, Mississippi. I'm in the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge. I am in West Point, Mississippi, but tomorrow and tonight I'll be in Starkville, Mississippi, as I go around, try to sell my vision of this show and what it's going to be. As you know, SEC country going away, but I'm continuing to go into business for myself. I have this vision of a Mississippi State community with myself at the heart of it, us coming together and functioning as a community. And I'm going to sell that vision in Starkville. I'm going to Maroon & Company. I'm going to other sponsors. I'm going all over Starkville and the Golden Triangle to try to sell that. Now, I am here right now. If you'd like to talk to me, morecowbellshow@gmail.com, morecowbellshow@gmail.com. I'm in Mississippi for the next 2 or 3 days. If you'd like to talk about any business we can do together, please let me know. Please hit me up, and we'll talk. Very quick 2-minute drill. I don't know if I have any questions. Might have a couple of questions. We got 3 questions. And they are completely I got one by myself. First, let me do mine. 2-minute drill. Number 1, Facebook Live, answer these questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you in tonight's game against North Carolina? Scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you against North Carolina? Boy, it's a leap of faith right here. It's a big moment for you.
Hey, I'm doing my best.
Oh, I love it. I love the first one. Go Dogs, God bless you all, says Joan Jennings. Hail State, says Robert Edwards. I'm going to get some sweet tea while you guys tell me, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you? Russell Berry says 10. Russell Berry never lose that confidence. Chris Keel says 7. Jay Hammer says 7. Stephen Young to my right here says 6. I got a couple of 10s from Michael Clyburn and Owen Hines. D. Curtis says 10 times 100. Is that 1,000? That's 1,000. 1,000 is the new big answer. 11 says Myron Johnson. This one goes to 11. That's Spinal Tap, 8, the way they are playing, says Heather Hollis Reese. Ginger Tuck says 10. But Ginger Tuck, your confidence is never not 10. You're always at a 10. This team is for real, says Sam Tynes. Yeah. Keith D'Angelo says 11. Cody Duncan says 6 or 7. Everybody's relatively confident. Everybody's pretty confident. Shannon Davis says 25. And Reed Burrell will have the last word here. Heart palpitations on 7. I have not taken an easy breath during a state game since like May, like the middle of May. I have not taken, there's not been a state game where I wasn't standing up from the 6th inning on in like a month. It's unbelievable. Number 2, how do you think this team compares, in your words, 1 sentence? Give me 1 sentence, guys. How do you think this team compares to 1985 and 2013? Do they have the same stuff? Is this the exact same run? What do you think? Do you like this one better? Give me 1 sentence how this team compares to 1985 and 2013, who I believe are the 2 gold standards. 2013 obviously played for the national title. 1985, you can see right over here behind me, we got Thigpen, Brantley, Clark, Palmero, the gold standard of Major League talent on Mississippi State and Mississippi State history. Brian Sisk says the balls are bigger with this team. That's one way to say it. That is one way to say it. Michael Clyburn says ballin'. Brian Sisk, you might have broke the scale. You might have ruined it for everybody else. This team is better 1 through 9, says Boyd Barnett. This is my favorite team, says Chad Mask. Owen Hines says 2013 was more talented. That's very possible. Very possible. And Kevin Wiltshire follows that up, says they're not as talented, but way more fight. And that's what Stephen Turner says as well. I didn't get your Stephen Turner. This team has the magic, says Wayne Randall. Not as good as some, but grittier than sandpaper. Scott H. Chilton. This is a dream season compared to those, says Dan Glenn. We honestly shouldn't be where we are this year. Less talent, more grit, Chris Taylor. More heart with this team, says Lynn Rhodes Gilmer. Mentally tougher, says Kevin Ernest. Oh, wow. Okay, all right. This is a very interesting one. Number three. I've heard a lot. There's been a lot of negative feedback about uniform. All right. The uniforms we wore the other night were probably my favorite ever. Give me your thoughts. 1 sentence. What are your thoughts on the black uniforms Mississippi State wears? And remember, they're 8-2 in those uniforms. But please tell me what you think of the black uniforms Mississippi State baseball wears. This team embodies what it means to be a Bulldog, says Morgan Maurice Willis. Have lucky bananas on their side, says Jason Jones. I got lucky bananas on my side. I got 4 kids. Each year is different, but this team seems to have the tenacity to hang in no matter what. Jane Lewis says, I love them. Stephen Turner loves the blackout unis. Michael Clyburn says, I like black the most. Stacey Barr says, I love the black. Love them mainly because they win, says Jay Hammers. Love them. We've won 80% of the games in them, says Blake Thompson. Everybody's giving them thumbs up. Ginger Tuck says, who cares as long as we win? That's where I stand. They could wear banana suits. That'd be fine. Don't like them, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Martin Smith, that's a good way to look at it. If the players like it, go for it. Kevin Ernest, I hate them, but they win in them, says Mandy Fowler. We are maroon and white. Let's stick with that, says Dan Adams. That's one viewpoint. They look like ninjas, D. Curtis. What's wrong with that? I'd love to be the Mississippi State Ninjas. That'd be awesome. Who wears black in the summer? But they seem to play well in them. I don't care if they wear shorts as long as they win. Russell Ferraro. Shorts would be interesting. Shorts would be interesting. Bring on the black, pink, and purple as long as we win. Ride the black, says Bill Moore. All right. So the last one wasn't a question, but the Banana Boys, the guys that went to Omaha and did the GoFundMe, I don't have their GoFundMe link right now, but I understand they're donating to Blair E. Batson Children's Hospital. Check them out. You go to GoFundMe and see if you can search them. Not really a question, but definitely support those guys. Support Blair E. Batson Hospital. Here I am trying to raise money for my show, and they're raising money for Blair Batson. They're clearly better people than I am. But anyway, that's the 2-minute drill. That's what we got today. We're going to go ahead and close the podcast off, but we're going to stay here for 15 minutes in the smoking lounge talking to you guys on Facebook Live. So let me drop the podcast listeners off here. My name is Brandon Walker. You've been listening to more Cowbell, Mississippi State Podcast presented by SEC Country. All right. Hey, everybody. Now we're just on Facebook Live, no longer on the podcast, just me and you right now. So what would you like to talk about? Is that a good cowbell right there? Is that your cowbell? Oh, does that belong to, what is that? What is that? What kind of nonsense is that? Connor, no hits, North Carolina, says Keith D'Angelo. Don't lose that confidence. Don't lose that confidence. What do you guys think about the background here? What's your favorite part of the background? Is it Jack Crystal? It's got to be Jack Crystal, right? Is it Jackie Sherrill? What about the 4 1985 players over here? I got the Will Clark starting lineup up here, the Rafael Palmeiro. I got it all. Do they have a right-handed Rally Banana shirt? Reg Callahan. That's an interesting question. Brian Sisk says, can we come over tomorrow and watch and get an autograph? Brian Sisk, 10:45 Central Time tomorrow. I'll be in this smoking lounge. I'll be doing this show. If you'd like to come, I doubt they'll have any problem. I've got somebody here watching right now. So please, how many seats we got? 1, 2. We got a couch over there. Seat. We got seating for like 15 people. So check it out. Jack Crystal, so much swag, says Bonnie Williamson Gable. I can't see much of it. Your big head is in the way. Patrick Wiggins, you win. Point City in the house. Boomer Daily. The voice is the best background. Yeah, I like it too. Tell Steve-O I expected much more cheering than that. Oh, clap. Calm down. They got Cubans. I don't know, Brian Sisk. They got cigars. That's all I can tell you. Cool as ice. Yeah, I like the vanilla ice. There you go. Look at that. Look at vanilla ice over there. No, we're not showing that. Way to go, Dawgs, says Betty Pilgrim Dunn. It's too hot for me to deliver mail. Pray for me, Katetra Clark. God bless you. I have no idea why I did that. I don't know what that is. Heard anything on how Fitz has progressed this summer? Chris Taylor. I have talked to people in Fitzgerald's family. I've talked to, I guess, an uncle of his. I've talked to others close to Fitzgerald. Nick Fitzgerald's going to be ready. He is going to be ready to go. He is going to be healthy. The coaches think he's healthy. The coaches, I'm going to get it in a second. The coaches are happy with where he is. I feel like Nick Fitzgerald will be 100% come August camp. That's what I think. All right. What else you guys got? I keep moving it. I'm very sorry. That's terrible, says Jason Jones. What's terrible? The smoking lounge? You've been here before. You've been to the smokestack. Will our freshman bats pick it up tonight? How many hits for them? Barrett Bruton, I don't know how many hits, but I almost would guarantee you, I would almost bet a year's salary, which, come June 30th is nothing. I would bet a whole lot of money that our freshmen will not go over 15 tonight. They went over 15 the other night. I don't know. You might say, oh, the moment was too big for them. I mean, they hit the ball. State hit the ball all night. They hit it right at people. They made contact. I never looked at one of our freshman batters and said, wow, he shouldn't be here. We hit the ball. It just didn't happen for us. I definitely think these freshmen are going to do better tonight. State getting national attention on Full Ride on ESPN Radio. Did 15 minutes this morning talking about how much they love the story. Martin Smith, it's a great story. It's a great story. Charles Dunaway says, what time do we play tonight? 6 Central Time. 6 Central Time. Where are you watching the game tonight? Brian Sisk, I don't know. I might watch it at Starkville. I might watch it here. I don't know. I have not figured out where I'm watching the game. Wherever you're buying, I can tell you that much right now. Then let's just put it like that. There's too much space above my head. I don't like the space. There we go. Who are the Mississippi State Rebels that show up in Omaha when we go? Good question, Rich Callahan. I don't know where the Rebels come from. Apparently, the graphics department invested in some Rebels typeface or some Rebels stuff a long time ago, and since Ole Miss never gets to Omaha, they never get to use it. You know what? I want to talk about Ole Miss for a second. I have gotten some on Twitter and on text message. I've gotten some screenshots of a guy named Yancey Porter. You guys know Yancey Porter, and he's telling his flock and his sheep. He's saying, you know what? It's not a big deal to go to Omaha. They're going to lose. Mississippi State hasn't played any good teams. Ole Miss had a better season than Mississippi State. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about all of that. Mississippi State is in Omaha. Now, this Yancey Porter fella, this great human being, this leader of men, let me tell you, Ole Miss fans, because I know you Ole Miss fans are out there, and I know you're watching me. I know it because I see my numbers in Oxford. I got better numbers in Oxford than I got at West Point. Think about that for a second. Let me talk to you for a second, Ole Miss fans. No matter what Yancey Porter says, no matter how much he coddles you on the butt, puts baby powder on your little booty, and tells you how pretty you are and how powder blue is what men wear, no matter what they say, Mississippi State's in Omaha because Mississippi State's a very good baseball team. Ole Miss was never as good as their record this year. You can think you bombed. You can think Tennessee Tech's a Major League Baseball team. You can think whatever you want. You were never as good as your record this year. You were never all that good. Mississippi State played tough out-of-conference schedule. Mississippi State played a very tough SEC schedule. Ole Miss played the 200th best non-conference schedule in the country. Ole Miss played a terrible conference schedule that was very slanted to them. They had all their tough games at home. You were never that good. Enjoy watching this ridiculous stuff like bananas. Enjoy watching us take our dads to Omaha. And enjoy watching Mississippi State compete for a national title because you ain't ever going to do it. Now, what else? What other questions do we have out there? Somebody says, do you think Ole Miss sent Luke Alexander a Father's Day card? It has to be confusing for Ole Miss baseball fans because you've got Luke Alexander as your dad, but then you got Jake Mangum there too. So like one's the dad and one's the stepdad. Is that how it works? Or maybe it's like that old '80s show, My Two Dads. Maybe it could be both of them. Maybe just daddy, one's father. I don't know. Whew, hot fire, says Chad Mask. I've been told twice this weekend that old Toddies still have the best team in the country. Mandy Fowler, you've been lied to twice this weekend. I can tell you that. What's in the cup, Brandon? It's sweet tea, I promise you. It's just sweet tea. That's all it is. It's trust me, I have access to much stronger stuff than sweet tea, with like within about 15 feet of where I'm at right now. But it is definitely what's in the. Oh, there you go. Jared Williams Aikens with the heart emojis. Dwayne Porter says no relation. I didn't think so, Dwayne. Hey, Diamond Dogs, go bananas. Hail State, says Bob Ivy. Whew, I meant to do that in the podcast, the Yancey Porter thing. I meant to do that, but I just forgot. But I'm glad I got that off my chest. We must be terrible. We only own both other SEC teams in Omaha on the year and won our opener. Corey Dickey, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing how a bad baseball team is winning so many games and beating so many teams. My favorite part is we only beat Florida because they rested their game one starter, Sean Barker. At no point in my life have I decided to go back and say, we only beat this team because of this, or we only beat that team because of that. We beat Florida because we were better on that weekend than Florida. We swept Arkansas because we were better that weekend. Will we be better if we play for the national title? Man, I hope so. But let's just get there first. Could you give a shout out to my son today? It's his birthday, Charlie Dunaway. Charles, thank you very much. Charlie Dunaway, don't know how old you are, but I salute you. Happy birthday, Charlie Dunaway. Do you think they mention Ole Miss as a stepchild because they never get there? Reg Callahan, very possibly. Very possibly. My favorite part, okay, all right. Slowing down a little bit. We are in the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge in West Point, Mississippi. We're having a good time. We'll be here tomorrow at 10:45 Central Time. If you are, Justin Flake says you must be back in the Golden Triangle because you have an edge about you today. Do I have an edge about me today? I do? Okay. It didn't feel like it. I just feel this feels normal to me. Bring the national championship to the great state of Mississippi. Hashtag Omaha Dog, says Jonathan Evans. Hail State, or should we say Walkoff U, says Danny E. Pinter up in Ringgold, Georgia. Again, let me finish that. 10:45 Central Time tomorrow. If you're in the Golden Triangle area and you want to come hang out, please come to the smoking lounge at the Smokestack here in West Point, Mississippi. James King says, welcome home, Mr. Walker. Thank you very much, James King. We've got a couple of people in here right now just enjoying the festivities, you know, smoking a little bit, drinking a little bit, doing whatever they want to do. Are you on the clock right now, by the way? No comment. All right. No comment from that. All right. So we got about 4 more minutes. What do you got? 8 more minutes. What would you guys like to talk about? Hail State, says Dennis Morgan. That's a very fair comment. Steve C says, where are we having lunch? Wherever. Is that you? Steve C's right over there. I didn't know who that was. All right. Wherever you want, buddy. I promise you. Point City here. Go Super Rally Diamond Dog, says Junior Ray. Can you get the Junction Giant on the show? Who is the Junction Giant? Kenny Manning? I don't know that one. Who's the Junction Giant? Oh, okay. Nope. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Did you bring Turp and Landshark? They are back in the studios. Turp and Landshark, show yourselves. Show yourselves to these great people out here. There they are. Look at him. Turp in his yellow shirt. That's his banana shirt. He's a little spoiled, but okay. And there's Landshark dressed like a 44-year-old housewife. Looking good, Landshark. Looking good. You look like somebody who has completely given up on life, and you haven't even gotten married yet. 24,750 at the game. Better than any other game there by 2,500. I'll be there Friday till the dogs are gone. Casey Bisick, I agree too. I might do that as well. If we win tonight, I'm very strongly considering going to Omaha. So how many more games would we need to win to make it to the finals? We need to win tonight. Well, yeah. We need to win 2 more games to make it to the finals. If we win tonight, we put ourselves in a position where somebody else in our bracket would have to beat us twice. If we win tonight, we are completely in the driver's seat. If we lose tonight, we can still get there, but winning tonight is a much, much better path. Can you pick me up in South Haven on the way to Omaha, Roy Samante? Very possibly. Although I've seen you before. I've seen the money you got. You can make it yourself, I promise. Is Landshark single? She's getting married very soon. So she's single for about, I don't know, a couple more weeks. 4 to 5 wins to go. No. Yeah, to win a national title, sure. But to get there, just a couple more wins. Hope they change the scoreboard sign. We are not the Mississippi State Rebels. Maria Angelis Everett. Yeah, that is correct. What's up with the hand sanitizer and lotion in the control room window? Blake Thompson, good question. Turpin Landshark, show yourselves again. What is that? What is it? You got lotion and hand sanitizer in the window? What in the world is going on there? Win tonight. We just need 1 more to get to the final, says Junior Ray. That's correct. BW needs to be in Omaha. Jared Williams Akins. I agree. I'm trying to raise money right now to get this business off the ground. So we'll say, hey, did you bring your checkbook? Okay, good. I brought cash. You brought cash. Hail State from Kemper County, Deborah Chance. Good to no, you don't have to take it out right now, sir. Ole Miss doesn't even know the directions to Omaha. Zach Dickerson. They don't know the directions to a lot of things. So there's directions on how not to cheat and not to get thrown in football jail, and they didn't follow those directions either. When Brandon leaves the office, Turpin Landshark misbehaves, says Keon DeJuan Nettles. Hail State from Kemper County. I think I read that one already. We owe North Carolina. Mark Wilson. What do we owe North Carolina from? I believe it was 1989. 1989. Probably our best team ever that didn't make Omaha. Pete Young, John Cohen, Tracy Eccles. I'm sure there are more. Tommy Raffo was probably on that team. Burt Masters on that team. 1989, I think we were number 1 coming into regional play, and North Carolina won on our turf and dogpile. So, boy, 29 years ago. We're going to hold a grudge from 29 years ago? All right, let's do it. Turpin Landshark appear to be smoking some rally bananas. I've heard that about Turp, actually. Danny E. Pinter. All right. 89 and 93. Did they beat us in 93 as well, Mark Wilson? I don't remember 93. I seem to remember in 93. Was that the year that Jay Powell threw a strike on the last pitch and we lost in Tallahassee? And it was called a ball and it was a base. I don't remember. I would have to go back and look. 2007 as well. I think we were up 4-0 in 2007 in Game 1 of the College World Series, and North Carolina scored 2 runs in the 3rd and 6 runs in the 6th inning to beat us 8-4. So, yeah, I think you're right. 1989, steel trap. Steel trap. 1989, 2003, and 2007, time for revenge. Certainly, let's do that. Are you going to do a Facebook Live after tonight's win, Lynn Rhodes Gilmer? I don't know where I'll be tonight, but yeah, I'll figure out a way to do a Facebook Live. I promise you that. I enjoyed Texas Tech beating Florida, says Zach Dickerson. Anytime Florida gets beat is okay with me. I'm not a big Florida baseball fan, or Florida in general, which, I don't know if I should say that because they might steal me very soon. They might take me to Gainesville. I might have to be doing a show down there. Shout out to my kids in Omaha watching our dogs, says Karen Morgan DeWeese. Beat Papelbon and Bobby Reed's team, says Mark Wilson. Facebook Live while you're watching the game. Instant reaction, says Jonathan Evans. I have thought about that. The only problem with that is games last like 3 and 4 hours. And so it's hard. If nothing's happening, what do? Do I just sit there and look at you? I just don't know how to do it. I would love to. I've thought about recording myself and then showing it later and kind of editing out the dead parts. But I really wouldn't know how to do it. Do a Facebook Live with Hey Dad tonight. This camera can only do so much. This camera isn't, you see, where would I be? Like if Hey Dad were on the screen, I'd have to be like over here. I'd have to be like way over here, and that's Hey Dad's spot right here. And then here I am. No, he's a good guy. Say hello to my friends. Hello, Derek Whitford. Florida appears to be overrated, Jay Robertson. I don't know if we broke Florida, but we exposed Florida. Like, we swept them, and everybody was like, okay, Florida isn't playing hard. They're not playing this guy. They're not playing that guy. They don't care. Well, they better start caring pretty damn quick because they got beat last night. They got beat in the SEC tournament. They won the regional, but they got beat in the regional. I think they got beat in the super regional and ended up winning in 3 games. They are really, really on dangerous ground. Well, we all would be here talking, so it would be entertaining. Jonathan Evans. Son-in-law and grandkids on the way. Short rain delay would be nice, says Jan Smith. I think you're going to get it. I think the weather is bad in Omaha today. Now, Landshark, let's go through them all real quick as I wrap it up. First, let me invite you. If you are within 30 miles of the Golden Triangle area, tomorrow, 10:45 Central Time, we'll be doing this show here in the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge. Please, you can come hang out. You can come talk to us. You can come enjoy whatever this is. You can come do it. The smokestack is on Main Street in West Point, Mississippi. Just if you're coming Highway 45, go right on Main Street, right across the railroad tracks. That's where the smokestack is. This room is real. It is spectacular. And I believe it's under a little bit of construction right now, but so is our baseball stadium. So who cares? Now, Facebook.com/The More Cowbell Show. That's our new home. That's where we're going to be. Please like that page so when this show launches very soon on there, you can be ready. I can be ready. Patreon.com. Need a little help financially. This is a monthly service. If you'd like to donate $5 monthly, $8 monthly, $10 monthly, whatever, I will have some Patreon-only content that I am here in Starkville to record right now. So we'll see about that. If you'd like to email me, morecowbellshow@gmail.com. You can email me. You can talk to me. You can do whatever you'd like. Please email me at morecowbellshow@gmail.com. Is Magnolia's open on Mondays? Or are they open at all? The lunch place? That's where we're going. All right. That's all we got. I think Landshark, I can't see her, but I'm pretty sure she's doing this little number right here. Landshark, you want to show me? There we go. Wrap it up. There, she's dressed like a 1950s housewife. Look at her. Look at her. Boy, oh boy. I didn't even know Dollar General sold shirts. But anyway, my name is Brandon Walker. We'll be here tomorrow in the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. My name is Brandon Walker. You've been watching More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast presented by SEC Country.